Man, what's up? It's Greg Gray, DopelivenTV, man. Welcome to a new week, y'all. We're here to inspire. We're here to make a difference, all right? The views that are expressed on this DopelivenTV live are not necessarily the views of DopelivenTV or its affiliates or here. That's my man, Chris Mills.
What happening?
I'm chilling, man. I got to thank Ludine for that wake up.
Oh, you was out?
Yeah, Siri let me down. Siri let me down.
She let you down?
Let me down.
It's probably the conversation you had backstage, man.
Dude.
Can't be cheating on Siri.
Hey, but Siri got to understand, man. She don't satisfy me. Anyway, we're here to inspire this week, man. Okay. Hey, thank you guys. Last week we had a blast, man. Okay. We was talking about music and powers to be. We decided that we're gonna do this music thing on the Fridays. Right? We do it every Friday.
Yep, every Friday.
I'm debating, man. I'm kind of geek, man. I want to do it Christmas.
I mean, I don't have no problem with it.
It's 7:00 p.m. Central.
I mean, me personally, I don't have a problem with it.
Christmas over. It's 7:00.
Your time, though.
Okay. Well, y'all, what y'all doing?
5 o'clock, you know.
And actually, my time is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because you'll be back at the crib. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, we play it by ear. That's what I said.
We'll see how the week goes, and if we definitely let's see. Yeah, man. Look, I don't have a problem. 8 o'clock.
I mean, me personally, I don't have a problem. We ain't even got to do the whole 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's inaugural, so we just gotta, you know what I'm saying?
It's inaugural, so
let it in. Oh, inaugural. I'm doubling that.
It's inaugural, so let it in.
So right now we are on Twitch. I was just checking that out.
Okay.
So just wanted to make sure.
So from Twitch, were you able to put it on Reddit?
I don't know. I don't think so, but hopefully with the, like I said, we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Okay.
And I got it scheduled on Twitch, so it's like every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay.
So that will work. We got it. So at least that's going on. We'll see how that works. And
yeah, I got to see how it because I think you should be able to set it up where they have it when you log on to Twitch, it automatically logs on to the other spot.
I actually should be checking Reddit as well. Never know. I might have it right the first time. But this week, man, we are trying to inspire, man. We're trying to get people to recognize their past and celebrate some of the people, things that got them to where they're at right now. You know, the positive things. You know, it could be the negative things. Something negative could have happened to make you get to this place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Some of the lessons become blessings.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just all this week is about telling stories, giving inspiration, and I say that a lot because that's what we are about anyway. We listen, we agree to disagree, and we just make it happen, man. You know, we are not, and I'll say this, and I say this all the time. What's good for us may not be good for you. Okay. All we know is we're giving up our stories. We're trying to tell everybody what happened with us. You know what I'm saying? And as that goes, if it helps somebody, great. If it doesn't, I mean, share your story. Maybe your story can help others. So let me get this, you know, while y'all talking, I got to get this off because like I said, as soon as I'm on, it goes straight to private. Let's say welcome Gina to the show.
Hey, Gina.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Chris. Hey, Greg.
Chilling. Siri didn't do what she's supposed to do for me, but chilling.
I told him Siri cheating on Siri cheating on
Siri was supposed to wake me up. I went to sleep after we had our backstage, and Siri didn't do a job. She probably pop on in a minute. I might have set her for 6:45 tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
But I know I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up with a bat or something if I hear some noise at 6:45 in the morning. What the hell? How you doing, Gina?
I'm good.
That's what's
Real
up.
good.
That's what's up. So now I get to share this also, Chris, to the Dope Living TV Music Fridays page. So I can share it there now.
Most definitely. I mean, that's good for the. I mean, like I tell people, the Dope Living page is private, so the people that's only going to be able to get the gems is going to have to be a part of the group.
Gotta be there. Gotta be there. And I've invited a few people. I think you just welcomed about 11 of them.
And the thing about it too, G, when you invite them, you can accept them also.
Okay. Yeah, you know me, man. I just throw them in there. Let y'all do something else, I should say. So we all good. So Gina, you froze. What's up, man? She done left us already. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris, I mean, we had a lot, and you and I have talked about this before. A lot of people in our lives, man, who got us to where we are. Listening to people, talking to people, just casual conversation. Sometimes you never know who you can get that inspiration or that push from. You could be eavesdropping.
Yeah.
And there it is, you know.
Yeah, it can happen that way.
I'm sitting with a heart attack. I know I've eavesdropped a lot. And I got some gems. Trust me, man, for real. And I think we both share one guy in particular. And I started off with George Daniels.
I knew that's where he was gonna go with it.
I had to, man. I had to. Because that dude sat me down. I'm thinking that, even though the show was on the station in Chicago, reaching 1.5 million viewers, he was like, "And you happy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Let me sit your young ass down. Let's talk." He says, "As a matter of fact, go get your cameras because we're gonna do this as an interview." I was like, "Who is this old dude?" Because I had never heard of George Daniels. Okay, I'm like, this dude better chill out. But then everybody's like, "You better do that interview. You better do that interview." I said, "All right, cool." Man, the knowledge I got from that cat.
Hey, look, that's one interview you need to play back so these people can hear that.
Dude, I can't even find that one. I got every other show. I can't find that one.
Wow.
But I can still remember it as if it's yesterday.
Yeah, man. Those type of interviews are those interviews that knowledge that's dropping knowledge that people really need to tune into those gems, man. Because a lot of things that people don't understand is the ones that came before us was around when the BS was going on. You know what I'm saying? So they have the knowledge of how everything changed and how everything changed for them. So a lot of people need to pay attention to that.
And that's what it's about, man. Gina, you keep freezing up. You keep freezing up. We want to see your beautiful face live as opposed to just stop it. You just froze up on the same picture you had when you froze up the last time.
This time you staring at me.
Just gonna ask a question, because Gina got a story, man. Gina has a very inspiring story, as you do too, as I do. But I don't really want to tell mine until Thursday. And where's Ludine and Jocelyn, of course, has a great story. But we want to hear from you guys too. We want everybody out there to chime in and tell us what your stories are, man. We want to know. What's up, Gina? She didn't left us again.
It's gonna be one of those weeks, huh?
Yeah. So George was, and that's not really the like I said, negative things have happened in my life to bring it forward. Things that I thought I knew, things that I wasn't listening to. But George sat me down, number one, and just basically told me, and I'm gonna use the words. I mean, as much as you think you are, you ain't shit.
Right.
And he didn't say it in a demeaning way. He was like, and I say it because you got to take that arrogance up out of your platform, period. You got to take that arrogance out, okay? You might get all of these women. He said, you might make a lot of money. You might have everything at your fingertips right there, okay? But if you don't humble yourself, the rug going to get snatched right up from under you.
That's facts.
And I was like, old man, shut up. But for the show, I had to listen because I was done after he said you ain't shit. I was done. But then as I listened and he kept talking and talking and talking and talking, and I was like, dang, this is probably the best show I ever had, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously. This dude was just spitting so much, man. He was telling me about he's the one told me, this is before social media now. He's the one told me you got to get outside your box.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, my box. He's like, who do you hang around? Who do you call all the time? You know, who people your circle? And I told him, I said, you looking at these guys here? He said, half of these guys right here with you, they ain't gonna be there. He said, I'm just gonna keep it real. I mean, they're not gonna be there. I was like, wow, you saying something that eventually came true, you know. So I that's one person, man. I would throw a shout out to George Daniels.
Most definitely that one.
He was definitely one of the people who corrected my attitude. I'll put it like that. Corrected my attitude. I'm gonna give another one real quick. One of the guys who used to work on the show, Ben Cherry. I don't know if y'all know Ben Cherry.
Yep.
All right. Ben Cherry, man, that guy, he came to us. He was 17 years old, 18 years old, just getting ready to get out of high school. I was actually trying to date his sister. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to date his sister. Beautiful, beautiful.
I got a question, G.
Yeah.
Does every story with you got a woman attached to it?
Not everything, but you know what? If it's I gotta tell it.
That's a good question, Chris. Real good question.
I'm gonna tell you. Anybody else could say that to me, and I have an attitude. You know, Chris has dropped a lot of gems on me too. Right? So I ain't got no problem with that. You can say whatever you got to say to me. I'm good with that. But anyway, I say that because he came down with her one day. Let's welcome Jocelyn to the show.
Hey, Jocelyn.
Falcons.
Hey, Atlanta is the only place that's still open. That's what I'm representing. The Atlanta is the only place that's still open. They didn't close down. They've been COVID bubbled outside the whole time. That's why I'm winning.
Say hello to Nicole, y'all.
Hello.
Hey, Nicole. How you
Hey,
doing?
Nicole.
She said she hasn't been on, been going through it. Can't let stress take her out of here. This is what we're talking about today, though, Nicole. We trying to inspire. We go through stress all the time, okay? We've gone through stress in order to get
Don't you know?
What's
true? In order to get to where we're still trying to go. We're going through stress. We've gone through stress, okay? And this is what this week is about. Getting stories and telling stories to people. Not necessarily, and I don't even call them stories, giving facts to people about things that happen in our lives and telling everybody, look, just because you see us here shining a little bit right now, hey, we was dirty as hell at a time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I say that with the utmost truth. Dirty. And I'm talking about dirty. Yeah. I wear a suit, but I was dirty underneath that suit. You know, I was dirty because I had no place to live. But I'll tell you about that in a minute. And I was talking about Ben Cherry real quick. The brother, he came in, learned everything. He learned how to do everything literally overnight, and he kept us laughing at a time where we was really grinding. We didn't have time for that, but this guy kept us laughing. And to this day, that's one of the people that I call maybe once or twice a month. Talk to him. He gives me advice. Younger than me, of course, and you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to take advice from everyone, not just older people, age, but younger people too. Nicole said she broke down so bad the other day. Said it's tough. We know it's tough out there. We know, definitely.
One thing to and this message is for Nicole. Sometimes you got to break down to get it out your system.
And break down to get back up.
Yeah, so don't look at it as a
Mm-hmm.
breakdown. Look at it as a comeback. You getting all of it. You breaking it down, getting it all out your system.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Come back strong.
my new motto for this week
I'm like,
is nothing is impossible because I'm possible.
okay.
Mm. Okay.
So
She said,
use that. Take that with you. Take that with you, Kyle.
she said she's happy to see our faces. Okay, she family. Y'all already know that. Franklin loves her.
Why Lou Day look like she in a Nas video?
She is. She wants to have me 40. Just wake up.
Tell your mom. Tell your mama said hello. Tell her we didn't.
Tell
We
her I
never.
said,
But tell her I miss y'all over there on the block. Miss y'all definitely. She says, "Thank you so much. Love you guys. Stay tuned, Nicole. Hopefully, some of these stories, some of the stuff that we spit out there, is going to help you out. At least make you feel a little bit better." But again, that's my story with Ben Cherry. Okay, Gita, I know you had some stories, some tribulations, some trials to get to where you got to. I mean, can you share that with the people?
Yeah, I want to share a lot of. There's a few things that made a huge difference in my life that actually formed the way I think, the men that I chose, the decisions that I made. Let's start with a family member, and I'm not going to go into the family member's name or anything, but I had a family member that lived with us for off and on for years, and this family member, he didn't treat women very well. And I was young. I don't even think, I may have been about 15, 16, but I saw all the negative things that he did to women. And it formed my adulthood to say, that's the kind of man I don't want. And even though I've never gone through what the women that he dated went through,
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to go through it because of what I saw. So you don't always have to go through stuff to learn is something that you don't like or something that you do like. You can learn from the things that other people are doing. You can learn from the things that you see from afar. And so looking at the situation and looking at how those women allowed him to treat them, I grew up in my head, I will never let a man treat me like that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
So,
it's just, some things you may go through it, but it has such a lasting impact
uh-huh.
that it helps you make decisions. It's one of the key things that helps you make decisions as you get older, even though you may not know it. But those situations will help you decide on things. And that was my situation. That was one of my situations.
That's what's up. That's what's up. One of your situations, okay? Ludine,
Yeah.
if you could take a moment off of your video to we we yeah,
now
you
she
you
now
never
she now she look like she in the Erica Badu video. What you doing over
she hollering to the car next to her, you're getting in my way. Ludine, seriously, just want to talk to you for a minute because you never get a chance. You've been gone for a minute, but you never get a chance to really tell us what went on in your life to get you to where you're at. What were some of the obstacles or some of the bright spots?
It was really interesting growing up with my biological dad, who was on the run, on the go, literally on the run and on the go from a lot of things. And then my sister's dad, who was a prominent entertainer in the 70s. And then growing up in Gary, Indiana, which was a musical town, a chocolate city. So people take that as Gary, we have a certain pride and a certain sense, and they say we have a certain air about us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we grew up in Gary, chocolate city, seeing our immediate family members and neighbors who are prominent people. It's a thriving city. And so I was inspired by just the people on my streets, my family member, And then I was the oldest grandchild. So on both sides of my family. So I was doted on. You know, I was a princess, if you will, as a child. So, and then there's the other part. I got to see what Gina kind of mentioned. There were some things growing up around me that I knew what I didn't want. I had a lot of relatives in my family that did illegal stuff. So I was like, I don't want that.
Right.
But, you know, like I said, my dad was one. But I'm going to be very honest. I had a really, really wonderful childhood. I got to travel, got to see the world at a young age. And then see the transition of Gary go from people taking all the money out of Gary. So I saw the big picture of Gary when Gordon Hatcher, and then I saw that. All of that all of those things influenced me. And then just everyday people in my neighborhood really influenced me. You know, they really inspired me because they were doing it. They were doing the doggone thing. Doing really good things. Some other stuff, you know.
I was talking to my son. He was driving me somewhere, and I know this ain't nothing to do with anything, but you know, there used to be a time where when I was younger, I didn't have no car and everything. I used to be so enamored at the license plates going by. You know, there's Colorado, there's Indiana. I used to say, you know what, I want to go to all of those places someday, and I want to be driving in my car, going to those places. People can look at my license plate, you know, and you know, it's such a blessing to be able to do just that. Go to these places. I ain't never been to Vegas. I'm on my way though, but to just go and have to do and do what you want to do. Okay, this is a testament to how hard we work for everything we do, for the lessons that we've learned. You know, we have to take the good with the bad, but we got to make it ours. You know, we have to make everything ours. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you a story in a minute. Okay, but Jocelyn, I love when you talk about things that happen. You know, your messages are infused with the religion. And I love that about you, my sister. Okay, for real. And I actually love all of you. I mean, we are so diverse. Okay, but Jocelyn, can you give us a little bit?
It's an echo.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute her out. Nothing personal. Okay, go ahead.
First, you've never been to Vegas in real life?
Never.
Wow. Okay.
And I've been here for 15 years. Don't that tell you something?
I ain't getting into that. So,
yes, it does tell me something. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't even like Vegas that much, and I've been about 6 or 7 times.
It says that, you know what, regardless of the distance, bro. Hey, shout out to young Little Snap IMC. Okay, hey, make sure you tune to us on Fridays. We may not do it this Friday, bro, but make sure you tune to us and send us that music. All right.
So, because I was listening to Gina and Rubin because I came on a little late, so I didn't hear yourself from Chris. But I was sitting here and I actually was writing a physical note, and then I started writing different stages of my life, and I kind of got down just kind of at the overview. And the interesting thing is, unlike what Ludina said, and unlike what Ludina said, I really believe that I was raised in a bubble from really in real life, because I would have never known if my parents didn't have money. My mother has had actually 9 siblings.
Whoa.
My dad was raised by his grandmother, and so it was my mother's life mission us to never experience any of the stuff they experienced. I mean, to the point that my dad did not meet his biological father until right before he went into the military. So he was like 21, 22, and he just met his father. And he actually became Washington, which is my maiden name. And then I think about my mother when I was getting older. You know how you grown and a bill collector may call, and she was like, "Oh no, we don't do bill collectors." And I remember going, and I guess they would call the house, and it would be like, "Tell them I'm not here," or make up a lie or something. And so she would definitely do things so that we would not experience that. So our table was always filled with a meal. You know, pretty much anything I asked for or my brother asked for, we got. You know, we were involved in everything. And that was a blessing in itself. But what happened was I was challenged in other ways. So I mentioned before, I got into a fight in the 8th grade. And my mother showed up at the school and she basically told me I had to make a decision because I wasn't living up to my potential. My smart ass self was like, I'm going away to school then. And I started researching how to go to the East Coast, Connecticut. We in Indiana, but I was gonna go Connecticut, Massachusetts, or somewhere to go away to school because I was gonna be like the ballers on TV. My mother's always smart. She introduced me to Culver. Well, being at Culver was great. I got to go to school with the children of princes. John Denver's son was in school with me. So these people had buku dollars. My parents ended up using the majority of my college money that they had saved on my freshman and sophomore year in high school. But unbeknownst to them, I also lost my virginity via rape while I was on that campus. There were other situations that came up, and they, as you said to the table a few minutes ago, that you get knocked down to be built up. From that instance, I made the decision I didn't want to come back to Gary. Then I wanted to go be an exchange student. I wanted to go further. So I went to Linz, Austria. And while I was in Austria, the only Black person I saw for 6 months was myself, pretty much, and Nigerian hookers, because that's all that they had over there. So people who looked like me were Nigerian hookers. And at that time, I still had blonde streaks in my hair. And they were confused because my hair was bone straight with blonde streaks. And at that time, I had chestnut brown contacts. And they were like, she don't look like the typical Negroes over here. Never forget this experience on the train with a little boy. And of course, they speak German. Schöne Niggerin, schöne Niggerin. So I went straight GI. I was ready to box. But what he was giving me was a compliment. And then in the next 2 seconds, here the Nigerians are, oh, we'll take you back. Where y'all taking me? I'm good. But the fact of it is that through the shelter, I still got another level of exposure that I don't think that my parents intended or hoped for, but yet I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And as far as individuals around me, God has placed guardian angels all throughout my life. From older adults who have adopted me, from folks who see my heart and have adopted me. I mean, even folks who've hated on me. They've encouraged me because I'm like, I'm not that thing that you calling me. So I'll work harder not to be that thing. So it's so many avenues and experiences that have shaped me to become the woman that I am today. Did he leave? Damn.
He did leave. Well, you know what? Sometimes, you know what? That's something you'll never forget. That's an experience you'll never forget your whole life, Jocelyn. There's also some small things that you never forget. For instance, I remember when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and back then the blocks, we all were family. 4 or 5 blocks over this way, 4 or 5 blocks over that way, 5 blocks. So we all knew each other in the neighborhood. We all came together, played different games. I was that kid that would walk up to someone and say, "It's about time. It's about place. It's about time I slap your face," and slap the hell out of somebody. And I would do this like nobody. I was the youngest, so I'm knocking the hell out of people. My little friends and stuff.
You did not do that.
So this one particular time, I walked into one of my neighbors and I said, "It's about time. It's about place. It's about time I slap your face." Whap! And she slapped the hell out of me. I cried like a baby. I'm like, "Why did you hit me?" And she said, "Well, if you slap somebody, you should expect to be slapped back. That's something that resonated with me my whole life that I did not forget. And I never put my hands on people from that time on. So those small things that may seem like a small thing.
Jana,
Yes.
you was a bully. You were bullying people.
I didn't consider myself a bully.
Hey, y'all, look, welcome Nick Montgomery. She finally came on with us, y'all. There go Nikki.
Sorry,
Hey
I'm in
there.
a basement and I have a big house, so my dad gives some work done, so I have nowhere to go in the house, and the kids are loud upstairs, so I kind of found somewhere so you guys could
You're
hear
good.
me.
We are
Okay.
You're good.
finally popped on. We're glad you finally popped on, okay? Ain't nothing but
Thank
positivity.
you.
Nothing but positivity here. So you feed off of this, all right?
Okay.
For sure. Go ahead. Finish up. Was that it?
So yeah, that was it. I mean, that was an experience that stayed with me. You know, just from that experience, it taught me something. Though it taught me something. You know, and
Amen.
hey, she slapped some reality into me. Okay.
There goes Ludine. That's your mentor right there. There goes Ludine right there.
And Gina, when you say that, I think about on a more serious note, when I had to break the news to my dad, February 14th, 1995, that I was expecting. My dad said something to me in response to the news that kind of shook me to the core. Now, I explained to you all of the different episodes that happened through my high school life. And because he doesn't know the whole story, his opinion of me was I was a quitter. And so when I told him I was pregnant, his response was, "Oh, you gonna quit this too? Like you quit Cover? You quit being overseas?" But he didn't know all of the stuff that I had gone through and experienced, and I was working to survive. But all he saw me was starting something and being a quitter. And when he said that to me, that seed that was planted was, you can't ever quit shit again in life. It's not even quitting, even though you see it as transitioning. I had to throw everything, my whole self, my everything into everything before I let go. I'm like a pit bull now. So if something got started, I'm gonna tear that thing up until it comes into fruition because of that life experience.
And that's what we got to do. We got to keep pushing. Okay.
I sometimes got to think like that too. I just let what people say bother me.
You can't let it bother you though, Nikki. You can't do that. What you wiping them tears? You can't do that.
Yeah, and one of the things, and I just take Jocelyn's experience for instance. I'm glad that you took it that way, to never quit. But one of the things, and you being a parent, and mostly everybody on there is a parent, not knowing. Did he ever find out? Did your father ever find out what happened?
Unless he figured out how to get on Facebook or StreamYard.
Or unless he's watching that.
Right. So I mean,
and watching football right now.
Right. I mean, so those one of the things that one of the positives that you took out of it, but he doesn't know the actual story. It's like don't judge. No, that's the prime example of don't judge the book by its cover.
Absolutely. Oh my
Amen.
God.
Yeah, because it's a lot of stuff that we go through, and when we go through it, we don't want to talk about it. We balled it up and try to handle it ourselves.
Right. And Chris, to that, the story that I gave last week when I got into the fight with my ex, and I held all the content, the animosity towards him because of that experience. And then the older that I've gotten now, I know that I had to be empathetic towards him because he was just trying to get his baby girl.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's what parents do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know anything about being a parent, you put your hand on my child. Like what's the saying? What's the saying nowadays? I fight kids too.
Yeah.
Right. Like your mommy and daddy.
Right.
He didn't, see, that was the thing, Chris. He didn't fight. He fought for me. He didn't fight him. You know what I'm saying? And so you say that. You know what I'm saying? Just like you tell their boys, "What you crying for? Man up." And so we take away the ability for you to be human.
And you know what's crazy about that? It's a meme going around that says when a boy is young, your mom is telling you, "Don't cry, man up," or "Don't cry, or I'll give you something to cry about." And that's one of the reasons why boys become men and can't show emotion.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I totally.
We all have done it. We
I'm
all done it.
And for that reason, may be a reason why my son's not here today.
I mean,
Name one. You know, that's all that man up.
Yeah, but you know, one of the things is that, like, I don't know the story behind your son's situation on how he passed away, but you can't blame that on yourself because the one thing you got to take, and I, seeing the type of person you are, I know that you and your son talk about the situations that go on. You know what I'm saying? And stuff that he's going through. Because that's how I am with my mom. You know what I'm saying? We talk. And it's stuff. Sometimes it's hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's just things that we have to get past and get through.
And see, you know what, Chris? It's a thing where if we don't see the bigger picture, you know, we'll never know what lies ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? So, and Nicole, this goes for you too. So, look, we all have gone through a whole lot. Okay, things that could break the average motherfucker down. Okay, all right, they could break them down and say, "Forget it, I'm done." All right. But the thing is, we this panel here and a lot of people that are doing, we got the resolve. Okay, the resolve, number one, and I'm gonna put it first: faith in God. Number one, first of all, faith in God. You know, understand that He brought us here for a reason. Okay, and we have not yet. I don't care what each and every single person on here has done. We have not reached full potential of what God has for us,
and that's why we're still here.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So we got work to do. You got work to do. That's why you're still here. So don't worry about what
and the stuff that you're going through, Nikki. The stuff that you're going through. You know what I'm saying?
It's on purpose. In purpose.
It's happening. It's happening for a reason.
For a reason.
You know what I'm saying? God's trying to test your faith.
You are right here for a reason. You with us for a reason, right now.
Yeah. God is trying to test your faith because probably somewhere down the line you lost your faith. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I lost faith a whole other time, but you know, I had a good talk with my mom today, and she like, "You are not to cry, you're not to feel bad. You be believe what people go through every day. We all been through something." She said, "You better get up and keep smiling, keep going, and do your damn thing."
Yeah,
take the devil off.
And another thing you got to take and know there's somebody out there doing worse than you.
Absolutely. They complained about having no shoes until he met the man with no feet. Greg, I have to correct something you said about me. I am far from religious, but I am a spiritual person.
Yep.
Speak on it.
Nikki, the other morning when I woke up with a full-on anxiety attack. Actually, that was yesterday morning. Full-on anxiety attack with everything that's going on around me. And my spirit man woke up with me and directed me to the Lord's Prayer. And it's all said in there. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be his name. Thy will, his kingdom, his will is going to be done regardless of what I'm worried about, regardless of what I think is not working out. He's going to give me everything that I need in every moment. So I can't be looking forward because it's already worked out.
Absolutely. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, Nicole stayed across the street from where I made my studio, one of the studio when I was in Gary. She lived right across the street from there. And Nicole, you know, they broke into my studio 2 times. All right. Nicole, did I get mad? Did I cry?
It was so calm. It was scaring me because I told myself, I said, "Call Greg." She said, "Nicole, calm down." And I said, "Oh no." I said, "How dare how dare them break into my buddy's house? And he was just so calm when he pulled up, and he just called the police and everything and talked to him. And I'm just looking at him like, you're not gonna go crazy, you know? Because I'm like, they took his stuff. Like, they put the furniture over, took everything out. The first time I called the girl that went into his home, and she tried to say that it wasn't her. So I didn't snitch and say who it was, but I described for her from head to toe. And people don't even know. And to this day, I was watching that house. And it's, which I miss you so much. I'm not used to this other neighbor that stays over there now, but it's still crazy stuff that keeps happening. It just, for people being so calm, it was amazing to me because I was so upset and crying because I didn't know what they took of his, and he worked so hard, and him and his son just, you know, they be busy all day and having a whole bunch of stuff to do. So I'm like, since I'm at home, going to school, taking care of the kids, and you know, doing what I do, I sit there with my laptop every day, crack the glass open just a little bit, and look right across the street. People don't even know I was looking at his house every day, all day. I didn't go to bed till like 3 a.m. I know he was home, but I just wanted to make sure that him and Jordan was okay.
See, I was gone a lot, okay? So when I came in, that was studio time, okay? But the thing was this.
Easy man.
Had to break in, and they wanted to take the stuff. Okay, look, you know what? It could have been worse. I could have been in there.
Yeah.
They had me while I was in there, you know. Look, that stuff is material, okay? So I'm like, you know, God protected me because I wasn't there. Anything could happen.
Right.
If they killed them, they could have killed me. Okay.
And that was a blessing, and that's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, anything could have happened to him and Jordan, you know. That's one thing I kept thinking.
I appreciate you always watching because I knew that you always watch your family as watch, but
I don't cry no more.
The other thing was I never worry. I stopped worrying after a while back because you know what? God has me. Period. Mm-hmm. So I don't worry about too much of nothing. All right.
Amen.
These people that I have, these are the diverse group of people. Okay? We all have different things that different paths we've taken in our lives. Okay, but those paths have brought us together. All right, and we stuck. These are my sisters and my brother. We stuck, and you are our child. You are our child now. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, and once you realize that you know, take an extra step in life. Once you realize that God has your back, that He's controlling you, like He always told you. We just act that everything that's happening is supposed to happen for a reason. You just got to figure out why.
Yeah,
He's going to give you the path. He's going to give you the path, and He's going to show you. He's going to put some obstacles in front of you. But you just got to.
I didn't hear it, Chris. What did you say? Things what?
Things don't just happen. They happen justly. You want me to say that?
Hey, but don't get me wrong. After the second time, and then they did catch me outside a couple of times and jack me. I was out. You know, you only got to tell me 2-3 times. You know.
I remember that. That was crazy. But he sure got back up and kept going.
Man, I used to park.
It's bad. People just like to take stuff. Like, it's okay to ask for it. It's okay if you need something, but just to take, it's not worth going to jail for. You know, I just don't understand.
And these were some
like,
young
guys. Wake up.
Young guys I was trying to put some money in their pockets to cut my lawn and manicure my lawn for me. Okay, these guys.
I remember you telling me about that.
Dude, I came in one night at 9 o'clock p.m. I remember it vividly. And the guys pulled up on some bikes. Young guys. They said, hey, you want us to cut the grass tomorrow because I know you've been gone. I'm like, yeah, but I ain't. Stupid me. I said, but I ain't going to be back till later on in the evening, in the afternoon. Why did I tell them what time I wasn't going to be there?
And right back.
The time they could be there.
I mean, but you gotta look at it this way. You gotta look at it this way. You didn't know they was going to do that.
I
You
did.
know what I'm saying?
Trying to put some money in their pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know,
But that goes back to what we always say too. You can't help everybody.
can't help everybody.
My dad always tell me that. He like, you 30 years old, you got a beautiful life ahead of you. He said, you're going to start driving, you're going to start going places, doing stuff with people. He said, hey. And you know, he always tell me this every day. And I always think that my dad be so hard on me. I cry and I don't like it, but it's for a reason. And that's something I had to just shut up, listen. You know, and just, he always say, don't be in such a rush to just be grown, just be out there. It's a lot out there. You just don't know what you're getting yourself into.
And my mother used to always tell me, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
Yeah, Grandma just told me that today. Thank you, Grandma.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And
I
I
mean,
was gonna one of the things.
I'm sorry, that's me. We're on Twitch as well, and I'm just checking it. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, Ludine.
We hear you, Ludine.
Well, a lot of about 20. Oh, I can't even remember now. I think in 2009 I was diagnosed with an eye disease, keratoconus, and you know, they told me what to do, but they said eventually 2 things are going to happen. You could either go to surgery or you may go blind. So of course I was like, I'm not going blind. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
But eventually I became legally blind in both eyes. So, and I kept it away for almost 14 years because I did some things holistically, of course, meditation and some other things that I did. But in 2014, I became 2011, I became legally blind. I could not drive anymore. I could not walk because I kept falling, running into, you know, your eye. If you know, your eye controls a lot of things that you sometimes forget. So I literally had to be still. He had me still for 5 years. Because for the first 2-3 years, I really had to literally refrain from movement because I had patch on my eye and I had to have surgery on both eyes. And so I would fall, I would burn myself, I would cut myself because I was just running into everything. I couldn't see. So then finally had my surgery. However, I'm sitting here today behind the wheel of a car, even though my glasses are a little thick, but sometimes God will slow you down to show you, to reveal some things to you. And out of that 6 years, so much has changed in my life for the better.
Of course.
But all of us have gone through some things. Mine, I've never I mean, I used to, can you imagine not being able to drive for 4 years? Greg, Chris, Jocelyn, Gina can't drive. And literally, I said, I can walk. I went down and tried to walk down the street and trip and fail. God was like, no, you got to be still, like for real still. So I'm here as a testimony to say I've gone through some things, but I'm on this side. But I knew I would be on this side one day. That's the other thing to remember. You're going to be on this side one day. You got to go through it.
And then you got to tell your testimony. Then you got to tell your testimony.
Yes, that's so important.
And then you got it. And they didn't even. This is the first time they're all hearing this. They didn't even know about it. I don't tell a lot of people about it, but my inner circle knows about it because literally people had to come and literally had to guide me and walk with me. So my inner circle knows. But yeah, I couldn't cook anymore because I was afraid I would burn myself or do certain things. I mean, total life change.
So what type of surgery
vibrant, active.
What type of surgery did you get?
Cornea transplant. So I have tissue from 2 different donors, 2 different eye. This eye is a little brown. This eye is a little gray. If you look into my eyes, you'll see the different colors. But that's the other part.
For real.
I can see your eyes. They are beautiful, honey. They are beautiful. It's glowing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But double cornea transplant, and the recovery for one eye is a year. I had stitches in my eye, both for a year. Both eyes had stitches. So it takes 2 years for one eye to fully recover. That's why I was out for 4, and that's if no complications, though. But I had some complications.
But to see you now, Ladine, to see how you navigate through everything that's happened, man, it's amazing. Okay, to see Jocelyn right there. I mean, I could not imagine. Y'all know how I am with Jordan.
We can't
imagine losing my son. I cannot. I'm telling you, I would probably just have to go to follow him. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't do it. So, and you know, Gina, I've been knowing you for a while, so I know you've gone through some things, you know, and Chris, but it's just amazing how, and this is a testament. And I'm not what's the word? Church. I'm very spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual too. But it is amazing, man. It's amazing. If nobody ever believes that there's a God, okay, here's 6 people right here to tell you different, okay, period. All right, yeah, we go through things, we go through this and that, okay. I had a severe gambling problem. I was like, that's how, you know, me, that's not how me and Chris met up, but that's the last time I saw Chris before these 15 years transpired, okay. I was on a, you know, but I had a severe game. I was doing, look, I was getting ready to mac this girl down at the hotel because, you know, they give you free hotel. Another story with a girl, all right? But
that's what I said. That's what I said earlier. But every story you got something to do with a girl. Go ahead, bro. And
the other side of that is you know, it just came out better because of not messing with that person. Anyway, I looked down on, you know, at the time they had this little monitor where they weren't supposed to turn it around, but they would tap and do it. I was okay, yes, we'll give you a room. You got a room for the night, and we give you $20, whatever. Okay. I'm like, all right, I got this room. I'm gonna get this room for the night. I'm telling our girl, come on down, I get this room, you know, ain't no problem. I get down there, they turn the screen, and the lady had left. I saw, where was it? I had it written down to. It was like $25,780 something, 36 cents. All right. And so I'm looking, I'm like, the girl was like, oh, we're gonna have so much fun. I'm like, hold on, man, hold on. I asked the lady, I said, excuse me, what is that? $27,000? What is that? She says, well, oh, nice. They just made this. She's just real mellow. Well, sir, you played, you've lost, and you know, this month it came up to about $26,000. Yes. I'm like, you got to be out your damn mind, okay? Give me that 900 number. I told her, and the girl said, I don't worry about it. I'll make you feel better. I said, you get your ass away from me, okay? I ain't want none of that. I dialed that number right then and there.
I feel kind of guilty because I think I probably took like 15 of that. So yeah. I do feel guilty.
Oh, he's great.
I do feel guilty. I do feel kind of guilty.
Because me and him talking when I was on the table with him, okay? And I didn't play the $5 minimum, the $10 minimum. I was $25, $50, $75, $100 a hand, okay? But Chris was like, yeah, man, you know, but I feel like this. Wow, 21. And I'm like,
but he can't be like, I ain't telling him, bro, get up, bro. I'm on fire.
Me several times, bro. You know, he said, just stand up from the table. You ain't got to go anywhere. We can talk, but you just get up, stop.
Yeah, or wait till a new dealer come in. But but it was my table, so I'm there for an hour.
Yes, I'm there tricking off 20. I'm like, I called Gamblers Anonymous. The first thing they tell you is number one, admit that you have a problem. I'm like, I got a damn problem because I don't, you know, even though I could have made that money back next week. Okay, the fact that day, that month. Okay, and so they said the first thing you got to do is admit your problem. I said, okay, cool. I admitted the problem. He said, okay, you admitted it to us. Now the hardest part is to admit it to your family. Okay, man, all right, see, that's gonna be easy. All right. Now there were times where and my son was young at the time, so I'm getting calls from him, ignoring him because I'm at the table. I'm getting calls from his mama, ignoring him because I'm at the table. You know, and it was just it was an addiction. It took everything from me. All right. I went to the Gamblers Anonymous and I said, hey, I got to do it. Okay. What's going on, Zaya Browder? What's going on? We'll see you.
Yeah.
But long story short, I admitted it to my mom. My mom loves me to death, okay? But she took it wrong. I mean, she took it bad, I should say that. She said, you shouldn't have been doing all this. You shouldn't have been doing this. My father was just, but he talked to me and gave me some advice. I gotta thank my brother, who's my business partner, Melvin. He talked to me. And I'm gonna tell a story about him maybe one of these days because he's huge inspiration for me. But my son and his mother, I really had to make it up to them. I had to apologize to them, and it was something, man. It's not a good feeling to lose control of yourself. It's not a good feeling at all right? But it's a better feeling to recapture yourself.
But one of the things, because me myself, I don't have an addictive personality or addictive trait. So I look at what other people do and I study. Basically, what I do is study people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I see something that's coming my way that I've seen already before by studying people, I know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, take Jocelyn's situation, for instance. I didn't have my daughter for as long as you had your daughter. That's the last funeral I've been to. And this was 2005 when I lost my daughter. That was the last funeral. I didn't have many people pass away. I said it's only left. It's only probably really, other than my kids, my mother and my brother. If one of those don't pass away, I'm not going to no funeral. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and it took me a while to get through that. And my daughter was only 2 weeks old. You see what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to nourish and go up and all that with it. With like Lou Day's situation, I'm blind in my right eye. A lot of people don't know that from a childhood accident.
I was born that way, but me too.
Yeah, you know the antennas on the car back in the day. How you put it.
Me too. I'm almost legally blind in my left eye.
Yeah,
but I was born. When I was born, I had problems with actually my left eye, for probably the first 2 years of my life was in the corner right here. It was in the corner. My mom, and I thank my mom for caring enough to have this surgery done as a young child so that I wouldn't have repercussions as I grew older. But I had to have surgery and have a pin put in my left eye to keep it from going in that corner. On top of that, when I was in elementary school, a little boy threw a rock. So I've been wearing glasses all my life. A little boy threw a rock and hit me in that very eye, and glass shattered in my eye. So I had to have surgery to get the glass out of my eye. And that brought me back to what Ludine was saying. I had to wear a patch over my eye for about a year. And kids can be so cruel. All the kids in the neighborhood would laugh at me, call me a pirate, and they wouldn't play with me. And I was a loner, basically.
But you was out there.
What was it? Well, that was afterwards. I was young. I was like 5 years old.
You were slapping.
And that might be why I was slapping people.
Right.
That might be why I was slapping them as I got older, because they were so mean to me when I was younger. I was like 5 years old. And my neighbor, who was in college, he was older than me. I can tell you that. I was about 5. He was a teenager. And he took me, I would sit on a curb by myself and I would just cry. I would just cry because no one would play with me. And he came over to me and he said, "What are you crying for?" And I was like, "They won't play with me and they're calling me a pirate and they're making fun of me." And he said, you are so beautiful with that patch over your eye. You're the prettiest pirate I ever seen." And he brought up. I mean, he made me feel so good as a 5-year-old, and I looked up to him from that day on.
How did you
And
look
when
up
he
to
went to
him with only
college,
one eye?
huh?
How'd you look up to him with only one eye?
I looked up with my one eye.
Look, I can't hit you, Greg, through this
But
camera.
Oh, hey,
but
wait a
you
minute.
know what?
I got
When
jokes.
he went off to college, he got hit by a train, and I'm telling you that I think it hurt me more than probably his family members. It hurt me really, really deep.
Oh,
I was a
no.
teenager at that time,
I've learned.
and
Oh,
I've learned.
it really, really affected me. But what he did to me that day that I was sitting there crying really made me feel better about myself, and it helped me to have more self-esteem as well. So he impacted me in a way that I didn't even understand as a 5-year-old.
And see, just listening to all of y'all, I've learned something today. I can't see eye to eye with none of y'all.
Whatever. We are gonna throw something at you.
okay.
Boy,
I'm sitting here on a corner lying people. Okay, y'all
Pretty much.
I can't get you, Stan.
but wait a minute.
what?
But you know, listening to everybody's story. Wait a minute. Listening to you silly. Listening to everyone's story.
I ain't got no blind story.
Nicole,
Yes, you do.
Nikki,
You ain't wearing glasses just for the fashion.
but I
I ain't
mean,
blind.
You ain't wearing
okay,
glasses for
thank
fashion.
you.
Actually, yes,
you.
I am.
Right.
And it
You-
ain't
guess
a
what?
time I haven't
Guess what?
seen you without glasses.
I am wearing.
Right.
I
My
am.
I have
question is,
mine on too. I
take the
can
glasses
see.
from him for a day and
It
see
ain't
how he
for
feels.
fashion.
Yeah, take those
It
out.
ain't
Take them for a day. Take them.
Come on, Greg, let's change.
Y'all, hey, look.
I need my glasses.
But you know, listening to everybody's story and where we are now, and we're still young. Everybody's still young on here. I'm gonna say everybody's young. But think about, and we still have so much life left. I mean, so much life and so much more work
Yeah.
to do. And we've
Yeah.
come through what
And
we've come
when you
through.
lose one of your
Loss,
senses, the other ones are heightened.
yeah.
So that's why we're so smart.
Hey,
And this is one of
Amen.
the things because I had to go to the eye doctor last week, and I've trained myself since I was 5. So it's not like I'm blind, it's blurry because the injury is on the retina part, which is not fixable. And that's the reason why when I was little, it wasn't fixable. So I just wore glasses really just to protect the eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when I went in there, and you know how they put the thing over your eye and ask you to read the letters. I could read the big letters.
Mm-hmm.
I could read the big letters.
Big letter. E.
Yeah, no, I can read all of those, but I trained myself to do that. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
I've trained
You
myself
do.
to do that because I've had the injury since I was 5. I'm 43.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
But they
So-
switch. They don't give you the letters all the time.
Right.
I was at an eye doctor place, and I actually wear glasses now, and I'm 30. I messed up my own eyesight. Thank God that I'm not blind, which it was stupid of me. I used to take the camera when I used to take pictures. For some reason, back when I was a younger growing up, I used to flash the camera in my face. Just let it flash. And now I have to wear glasses. So now when I go to the eye doctor, I can read the big letters, but the very, very small letters, I can't see. Like I can't, and I be like blind, you know. And it's like right now my eyesight still messed up. So
and I
I
tell
be
you,
back and forth.
remember how your mom and your family tell you don't rub your eye? My keratoconus came from me rubbing my eye, and I didn't know I had allergies growing up. And I would rub my eye, and that's where mine came from. When they say don't rub your eye, they mean that for a reason. No, literally.
I'm talking about Greg. I'm talking about Greg putting that pop out there.
I didn't say that.
I
I
saw
didn't see
that.
that.
I was
Over in
gonna
the
ignore
corner.
him.
Yeah.
I was trying to ignore him.
But
I hold my
He wasn't gonna pull
We're
me in.
ignoring
I wasn't
Greg.
letting him pull me in.
We're ignoring Greg.
Luke Dane, but that was the same thing that Ray Charles had, right?
No, he had something different. No, he
No,
had
okay.
something different. No, but I literally rubbed my eye
Vicky, what's
into the
up?
reshaping. Yeah. No, his was something different. He went
Did-
he went totally blind.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know he used to rub his eyes a lot. I don't know what he had, but I know he used to rub his eyes a lot also.
No, I think it was something else. I want to say it's something else. Now, but no, I want to say it's something else. Greg, stop.
No, okay.
Stop, Greg.
I will say this. Y'all know me. So the Lord's Prayer ends with "For thine is the glory forever."
Right.
And so one thing's for certain, two things are for sure. What we count as horrible, we count as sad, we count as bad, he counts as all good. And in the end, he inevitably, each time and always, gets the full glory forever and ever.
Amen.
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 I shall.
Hey, we're gonna take a 15-second spinach break. Okay, we'll be back here. Give me 20 seconds.
Yo, what's up? We watching Dope Living TV. What you watching?
I'm not even gonna play the other part, man. We back.
Well, everybody's story today is just, I mean, everyone's story today, I'm sure, has touched someone and inspired. I mean,
I feel good. I feel good.
Hey, Luke Dane, how did you throw your voice
Hi,
like that?
Craig. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing?
How you doing? That's my family over there. Look at y'all, boy.
Yeah, she been time outside through it all, and she's from the Dominican. She's now from here. Her name is Desiree Gurley. She's been through a lot of stuff that I think I couldn't be able to handle and have thick skin for. She probably could tell you more about her story than me, because I'm gonna start crying again. I'm very emotional.
You got that from hanging around Greg, because Greg is very emotional. He try to act like
right.
Don't take it with you.
Oh, no, I'm gonna tell you this though. Honestly, Nicole, it's actually a blessing for us to have you on here with us, because
yes, it is.
You have you really you watched us, you shared, you've just given us all of you. You've told us your story, basically, okay? And we all kind of see if you're commenting. We wait to see that, okay? So it's a blessing for you to be on here with us, for us to have you on here with us, okay? Because we want to be there for you. We always want to make sure we give you some things. And these powerful ladies right here, these ladies are starting to lean on. Go ahead, Jocelyn. I know you want to say something.
Nothing. Just look at the screen. Yeah. If your screen look like my screen, we surrounding you.
Right.
Yep. She dead smack in the middle.
Dead smack in the middle.
We got you. We covering you, man. We got you. All right.
And don't apologize for years. That's a renewal. That's a release.
And it's like I've been held back tears for so many years, and I'm like, like my sister was saying, I had to just let go.
Yeah. Don't hold
it's hard,
back.
but I had to just let go.
But you gotta remember the second part of the letting go. You gotta let go and let God.
Mm-hmm.
This is a platform where we try to just put honesty out. I'm a fool, okay, but I done been through some things too. But we want the honesty to come out. For us, you don't have to have your kids. You can let it out, okay? Because we're here for you, okay? And if there's anything that we can say to you or talk to you about that's going to encourage you, which hopefully we do that all the time, okay? But if it's something right now that you need from us, talk to us. Let us know.
Okay.
I ain't got no money.
I
ain't got no money.
Hey, I got some.
But you know what? You know what? One of the that I'm gonna share my other story with you guys, and this is very very personal because I had talked to you guys about my first marriage that I went through, and it was 17 years. I was with him from the time I was in high school and to three children basically, and one of the things that I can say that I am so grateful for my ex-husband. So a lot of times you go through bad times and divorces and you go through stuff and you think about all the negative things, but I always think about the positive things. I I was sheltered growing up. And so some of the things that, you know, typically out there in the world, I wouldn't know how to deal with it or accept it or even what to do if it hadn't been for him. We were dirt poor, and I mean that literally. Like we were living when we didn't even have silverware to eat with. Okay, we didn't even have plates to eat off of. We didn't have furniture to sit on. When I say we were poor, we were poor. But one of the things that he taught me, he taught me how to survive without. A lot of people don't know how to survive without. One thing I never did because of, what he taught me in those 17 years was how to survive. I never borrowed. I never borrowed from my neighbors. I never borrowed from my family. If I couldn't afford it, I went without it. If I didn't need it, I didn't get it. It was to the point where, and I'm going to be, you guys are going to laugh at me, but we didn't even have electricity at some point. And he taught me how to go up on the pole and hook up the electricity so that we could have lights at night.
Green Acres.
But one of the things that I've always appreciated was he taught me how to live. And if I had never met him, when I didn't have, I probably wouldn't know how to survive. I probably wouldn't know how to make it because I was living in a life where we never did without. We never had our lights cut off growing up. My father bought a brand new car every year. My mom and dad both worked in the steel mill. My dad was a foreman. My mom drove a crane. And so we never had without. And so I never knew how to survive without until I met him. So he taught me so much about life, and he taught me so much about being appreciative. He taught me so much about how to survive and how to get out there and get it when you don't have it. And that's one of the reasons that I'm able to do a lot of things in my way of thinking is survival and to give back, because that's what he taught me. So I just wanted to share that because a lot of times people think, you divorced this person, you got some animosity toward them, or you had this bad life. I've never spoke badly about him because he taught me so much. He taught me so much, and he taught me how to survive without. And I just have to give him his props for that.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's a blessing.
That is a beautiful story. Hey, I wanted to share something too. My son and I went out to the mall, and I was out there, and who did I see out in the mall? But the people, a franchise of the nothing but cakes, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the people, and the lady was like, "You know what? Heard of y'all broadcast, fantastic. Somebody said you was eating something on the air one day. Here." And gave me a bag. I got it right here. I just can't go get it right now, or else everything will tumble. With four of them in there. And said she wanted to talk to me, about getting on here, number one, and some other things. So God is amazing, man. I mean, who would have thought that, back in the day when I quit Motorola under duress, I should say, I quit Motorola, and I took $8,000 with me. And I just said, you know what, I'm gonna make my dreams happen with this $8,000 back in the day. And that $8,000 was gone in about a month and a half. Okay. And that's the story that I'm gonna tell later on. Okay, but man, who would have thought that from that point, all of these years, you would be to this point? You know, a lot of stuff, Nicole, and I'm telling you this, okay, because you think about the stuff that's making you cry, the stuff that's bringing tears to your eyes, okay, but look where you were at last year or day before, even day before yesterday, and look where you're at now. You're still here, okay? You're still here. So
I didn't get a chance to give my story.
yeah, I know.
My impact. I didn't get a chance to give my impact. I got one for every day of the week.
I know you. Okay, well,
I actually got two for every day of the week.
I mean, I do too, but I was gonna say mine for one day.
No, that's too many. I'm gonna have to squeeze mine in. It's too many for me.
We all have
It's too
some
many people
stories,
that impacted
baby.
my life. I'm gonna start first.
Let me introduce it. Hold
Go
on.
ahead, finish. Go ahead.
So we've heard from Jocelyn, we've heard from Gina, we've heard from Ladine, but let's hear from Chris. Chris, long time ago, I know you ain't always been that Chris Mills, okay? You were Christopher. What things when you were Christopher led you to the place that you're at now? Go ahead.
My very first hero was my mother.
Oh, damn.
Still is my mother. You know what I'm saying? I've seen her go through so much, provide so much. Even though I knew who my father was and he was around, you know what I'm saying? My mother was a hero. You know what I'm saying? She did a lot. Like waking up 5 o'clock in the morning to catch the train and go to Chicago to work. Things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I seen what she done, and it basically impacted me to make sure she ain't got to worry about me. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I've accomplished, even though she say I get it from my father, the entrepreneur status of it. You know what I'm saying? I basically do it like if she would do it. You know what I'm saying? I think about things about the way, like I said, at a very young age, I analyze people because I'm the type of person I want to know what my surroundings are.
Yeah.
You know, and I've always been that way since I was little. You know what I'm saying? And I rode with the Vice Lords. I rode with 25th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? I rode playing basketball, football, running track, knowing all of that, being around celebrities and all that. And me being able to analyze people has kept me out of a whole lot of situations. A whole lot, and I think I give all those things to my mom because she was the same way.
There you go.
Wow.
I mean, our parents were superheroes, man.
Yeah. That's why
my superheroes. I don't know what I would do without them too.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts. Like daughters, the first man that they see are their fathers. Same with boys. The first woman that they see is their mother. You know what I'm saying? And so normally when you see a guy looking for a woman to settle down with, is women that have the traits of their mother. That's not like their mother, but has the traits of their mother. And that is hard to replace that.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, man, and I give a small one about my father. You know, my father wasn't that kind of guy who, I love you this, I love you that. He wasn't that guy who was the, I see what you're doing, I'm gonna support it, this and that. He wasn't that dude, okay? But I found out after he died 4 years ago, okay, because him and I got to be so close. So it was a devastating blow for me, number one, okay? But called us all together. All my brothers were still in town before everybody left after the funeral and the repast. And she said, well, she had envelopes for each one of us. My father had collected all of our accolades. So my oldest brother, he had some stuff in an envelope. My second oldest brother had some stuff. He did something at Motorola, been there a long time. My other brother that went to my business party, had a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, got to my envelope. I opened it up. My copyright papers were in there. Magazine clips from Vibe magazine and Right On magazine. Me, doing what I did for the TV show. A few more items. What else? Pictures. And I never thought that my father even watched my show. Period. I know he was proud.
Watch you the whole time.
I know he's proud of me, but my father was like collecting everything. I had these platinum thing. Chris, these platinum.
The plat.
Yes, my father, man, he had all of that stuff, and I wouldn't even think about none of that stuff. He had it all, man. And I was like, my mom was like, he was your biggest fan. Like, but he never said anything. The neighbors always say, the neighbors that like I grew up, your father talk about you all the time. I'm like, wow, I cried. I cried immensely. Okay, because again, I know my father loved all of us. Okay, but my father was so proud of his boys, 6 boys. He was so proud of all of us. Okay, that he didn't tell us what he was doing, but he kept every single accolade that we had, man. It's amazing, man. It was amazing.
And that goes back to that, because I told you I can do 2 a day. My second one is my grandfather. My grandfather, who was all of 5'1", 5'2". He might have been 5. He might have been 5'3". He might have been 5'3". All of 5'3". He never moved the whole family from Tupelo, Mississippi, up to Gary, Indiana. Before my
Did you
time.
say Tupelo? Tupelo? That's where my family's from.
Yeah.
We family.
Y'all might be brothers.
We family for real.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
We family. We all family. I don't get
Right.
from Tupelo.
Okay. That's okay.
I ain't from Tupelo.
Yeah. And brought the whole family up there and built the house. Well, it still sits there, but I've never, me personally, maybe because when I was born and when he was born, but I've never seen my grandfather work a day in his life. I always had money. I never seen my grandmother work a day in her life since I was born. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the age gap, but I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? And she was the house mom, big mom, as everybody called her. But yeah, and he was the one that'll do everything else. Yeah, so that's my second one. I'm doing 2 a day. So those
Wow.
On the daddy thing. So since been at Jay's, it's been real interesting. So my daddy would just come and hang out. But on Sundays we were doing live entertainment. And Donnie Williamson from I can't think of the group who sings it, but he sang with this group for a long time, all over the area. And so when he comes in and he always says, I like you. No, I love you, but I don't like you. He was in that crap one day, right? So my daddy had came up to get Sunday dinner for me and my mom. And he was standing next to me. So Donnie was talking all kinds of stuff. And my dad got real quiet. That's my daughter. And Donnie started walking backwards, but it was so funny to me. He always tell him, all right, that's enough.
Okay.
Man, that's too much.
So Nicole,
Yes.
how you feeling right now?
Good. I ain't cried enough. I didn't get all my tears out. I didn't laugh, so I feel good. It's a good feeling.
That's all we want.
I'm moving on with my life, shaking the devil off. That's for sure.
If we touch you in a positive way, man, that's that right there. I don't care if it's one person watch this show. We touch you in a positive way. We are blessed. We are happy. Seriously.
I barely smile, but my kids and my mom and dad and everybody else there keep me going. And I really be like, I have some people that's on Facebook, like that. And like, why you be so excited to get on Greg's live? And I said, you guys need to pay attention to what he be really talking about and saying. It's exciting for me. It may not be exciting for you. I know I'm young and, you know, this and that, but if I don't want to cry.
Well,
I'll be just looking forward to getting on here, seeing you guys, and you know, telling your stories, and it's just very touching. And even though I'm not blood, I just feel so close to you.
Well, you know, one of the things that we try to do is, and that's what Greg always talks about. We try to tell our story.
And I'm so relaxed.
I hope that it resonates
like a vacation
with some people out there. Yeah, and that's what we
and
try
you
to
know
do.
what? We all are human. I had my breakdown on Saturday, and anybody know me? I never cry. I never cry. Like they think I'm tough as nails. And even the people that I manage at work, they always say, well, if you looking for me, you don't go to Gina. Don't come in the office crying, whining. But I had my breakdown Saturday, and it was just so much being thrown at me. Like you guys don't even know all the stuff I've been doing in these last couple of, well, Greg kind of know, but I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with my properties too. I got people moving in, one moving out, one moving in. Then I got another property I was taking care of for my sister. And I just had people like, it was just coming at me. My sister and I never argue. And she was so emotional because she has a property that's been empty for like 5 years. And someone, well, let me just say my grandchildren have been homeless. Like through all of this pandemic stuff, where their mom was staying, they put her out and they put all her stuff out, and she lost everything. Everything. When I say everything, I mean down to her clothes, my grandkids' clothes and toys, everything. So my sister agreed to let them move into her property that's been empty for 5 years. Now she lives in Joliet, but her property is here in Gary, and she has a lot of memories there because her husband passed away a few years ago, and she still got all his stuff in there. So now she has to go over there and clean it out, and she just was an emotional wreck. So I said, okay, let me go over here and do it because you way out there, I'm here. And so I went over and I cleaned her house, packed everything up, took some things to my mom's for her, and she snapped off on me. Like she totally snapped off on me. And I was like, look, I'm trying to help you. I know how emotional it was to you. So I'm trying to help you to get over that so you don't have to go over there. And she just, and so with that, and then, you know, there were some other things going on, and then some things at work that was way up here, and I just broke down. Like I cried like a, and Robert looking at me like he don't know what to do because he'd never seen me like this. He thought I was having a nervous breakdown. But the reason I'm saying this, Nicole, is because I had my breakdown, and you never would have known had I not told you today. Because, like we said earlier, I got it out. It helped me to be stronger. It helped me to deal with some things, and then I was able to talk to my sister to find out what was going on with her. So we all are human. We all go through those times when we feel like, you know, everything is on our shoulders and everything is coming down on us. It takes a strong person to pick up and say, you know what, it's over and done with. What can I do to make things better? And so even though you may be going through some things, better things come out of it. It really does. I'm so glad that my grandkids will have a roof over their head for Christmas. Amen. You know,
I'm glad to hear that.
Over their head, and they're excited about it. They're old enough to know what's going on, and it's a blessing. I mean, that's the good thing that came out of it all. It's a blessing that they're able to have a nice Christmas and be in a house.
That's awesome. I have nothing to complain about anymore in my life. Nothing.
Y'all gonna make me do it. Y'all gonna make me.
Hey Chris, did you post that you watched Ma Rainey?
Say that one more time.
Didn't you post that you watched Ma Rainey?
Yes.
How did you like it?
I think it ended too soon.
That's what we
like the ending.
talked about.
You and James tripping. So y'all know that's the way August Wilson wrote that play, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, that's the August Wilson play.
Yeah, I know.
And
I've never seen the play before.
If you think back to Fences ended the same exact way.
You're right. That he wrote that too.
Yes, that's his style.
You're right. I didn't think about it like that.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
No, what's the name of Chadwick? He did his thing in that movie.
Chadwick and Viola.
Yeah, Viola did her thing too. Yes.
Hey, did they do it?
No.
No. Not them two, no.
Greg, stop.
Oh my gosh.
But she actually put that weight on for the movie, y'all. She got almost 200 pounds for that movie.
Yes, she did.
I'm not doing that. I'm not saying I'll ever be an actor, but I can't do
Hey,
it.
Nicole.
I know that's a lot.
Nicole.
It's a lot.
Nicole.
That's dedication to your craft.
Lil Dane, you'll do it for 20 million. You'll do it.
Yeah, she came back.
You'll do it.
Davis for 20
million. Hey, look, you'll do it for 20 million up front and residuals on the back end. You'll do it.
Well, somebody got naked in that movie?
No. Get it with their clothes on.
Oh, I ain't gonna watch it. Hey, Nicole. Ask the panel.
Huh? Oh, me? I was trying to figure out a song to sing.
Right.
I have so many good ones.
It's not the Music Friday. This ain't Music Friday. So ask the panel if they want to hear you. Go ahead.
Well, because I've been crying, so I sound a little shooken up.
You want us to go and make it seem like it's just you here?
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Come on, yeah.
You sure?
Greg?
Yeah. I may sound a little
I don't know
nervous, but it's okay. It's just my first. Okay. Can you hear me?
How do y'all do that?
Okay.
Hit the camera button.
They come disappear.
Hit the camera button.
Okay. When I first saw you, I already knew there was something inside of you, something I thought that I would never find. Angel of mine, I look at you, looking at me. No, I know when the bad things are for me. That's I get. I sound a little nervous. I do have a microphone that I can sing in it, but I just sound real nervous. So I ain't like how I sound. I know people sound good when they sing.
I like that song.
I didn't let everybody know I had a studio. How come you knew that I had a studio over there and you never came over there and let me record you?
See, what happened was we had pizza and I smelled food and that was calling it. No. You know what?
Before?
I don't know. I always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to be a model before I had kids. It was a lot of things that I want to do. And I'm 30 and I'm going to do it. I just gotta believe in myself, push myself.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, let's pretend like it's Friday. Chris, what you think about that?
I sound real nervous. I think I did okay.
It was. I gotta hear it person or on tape. It was decent though. I'm not gonna say it was bad. It was very decent. You really couldn't hear it. Like we said, we couldn't hear the other ones when you were playing the music. You really couldn't hear it, the fullness. But it's something most definitely we can get in the studio and do something with for sure.
Jocelyn.
You know what? First of all, based on you and your tears and everything else, even the gumption that you found enough confidence to make it happen, the rest didn't even matter to me.
One, absolutely.
I like that too.
Dare to dream to make it happen, baby.
There you go.
That's right.
Thank you, Mama.
Gina?
Oh, it's definitely a voice that can be worked with and polished. You know, when you get in the studio, it sounds different. So that would be the place to go and really blow. You know, you get the right person to polish it up, it's a winner.
There you go, Ludine.
I have a
What I
cousin.
always
Oh, sorry. I have a brother that's he could sing his butt off, and I never knew that. Like when I heard him sing, I was like, oh, you know, I had to step back a little bit, but I never heard him sing, and he could blow. And his cousin is Maciel from the group Next. He's a tour with them, Drew Hill, Mariah Carey, a lot of people.
Who is your brother?
His name on Facebook is Didi Montgomery.
Sadidi. Tell him you know me. When next time you talk to him, tell him you know Mills. That's my childhood.
I know Sadidi.
As soon as you said Tweet, as soon as you said he's cousins with Tweet and T-Lo, Terrence and Russell.
Yeah.
Chris, you know I'm too though, right?
Yeah.
I met Tweet at a graduation in Minnesota a couple of years ago. He's nice.
Tweet and myself used to be in a singing group together back at Roosevelt.
Hey, but we gotta get
okay.
These comments.
He told me that story. Okay, nice.
Go ahead, Ludine.
Wow, that's beautiful.
No, I just love divine order in things. You've been watching us and commenting, you know, from the comment section, and then you're here today and you're singing. I just love divine order. Everything is in order. So you are where you need to be. This is where you're supposed to be, right here. So that's what I'm gonna say.
Things don't just happen. They happen justly.
There you go.
Nicole, understand this, okay? You may not, but today is the first day of the rest of your life, okay? Honestly, you may not feel that, okay? But you just came out of a shell, okay? You just came out of a shell that most people probably couldn't have come out of. All right. Today is the first day of the rest of your life, okay? Embrace this day, embrace the rest of the night. We got you, man.
You guys gave me butterflies. I'm over here feeling out. Thank you.
And I think we all got the Annette stories, okay? But yeah, Applejack, Annette Chandler, man. Shout out to Annette, because Annette got me what's his name? I forgot the fat one.
Who, T-Lo?
He's not fat, you know what I mean.
Who, T-Lo?
Yeah, T-Lo.
How you gonna call Terrence fat?
That's my guy, because he know he chunky. That's my guy. He he real cool, and that dude's a thug, straight thug.
Hey, they both from Delaney, man. You know how I get down in Delaney.
Ooh, yes, we know about Delaney.
Yeah, but no, again, Nicole, it's a blessing to have you on here, man, and you done hung out with us the whole show, man. Look at you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta come on. You know the link. Come on through anytime you get.
One thing I do want to say,
thank you.
Chris, you on auto tune right now. Yeah.
because my phone plugged in.
Now you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Okay. Go ahead. Still auto tune, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that Gibbs got banned from Instagram.
Who?
Freddie Gibbs. He just got banned from Instagram.
Who just got banned?
Freddie.
Frankie.
Freddie
Gibbs.
He got banned.
Yeah.
What do you do? Never mind.
Okay, ask that to we do.
I ain't gonna get into the story. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Got banned from Instagram. Okay, that's inspirational.
But he still got his Grammy nod.
So of course. That ain't gonna change. Look, ban me from every single thing you got to ban me from, okay?
Just don't ban me from the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know Freddie go crazy on his IG.
Yep.
And I think and I think he reposted that WAC 100 fight. And I think they banned him because of that. I don't know if it's gonna be a suspension. They probably let him back. Now Instagram gonna be boring.
Dude, hey, if he win that Grammy, they ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna never stop.
Yeah, once he win his Grammy in January, February, they gonna bring him back.
Wish I could go. One day I could be on there. One day.
Make it happen, Captain.
Until it's COVID, okay?
Chris, we want you to dance like E40 now. Close out the show.
I haven't danced in 20 years.
I could dance too. I haven't
danced in 20 years. Man. I don't think my knees would move like that no more.
His didn't either. So what's your point?
I never say never. That one song come on.
I'm still bopping. I'm still with the bop.
E40 was on.
Nothing wrong with the bop.
Well, see, you gotta realize E40 had courage juice.
Yeah,
I'm a sober person.
Too much courage juice.
I'm a sober person.
I bought the thing. Hold on. I bought this yesterday.
She's gonna unveil it. She's gonna get off and then gonna bring it back on. We can't just see her looking for it. She's gonna have to like with the left eye. Left eye.
You better stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so have you tried this thing?
What in the hell?
No.
I heard that is terrible. I heard.
But I didn't buy it for the taste. But you can download the app and he talks to you.
Who's that? I heard.
I thought that was Snoop.
Yeah, I heard it was terrible. I heard it was pretty much like wine on wine inside of a bottle.
Boom Farm?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, the person who will enjoy it.
Hey, have y'all noticed that for the past 3, maybe 4 weeks, I haven't had my midget rant?
No, you've had it. You just ain't ranting on about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, rant.
No, you had it. You just didn't rant about it. Like you it's like in a boxing match. You'll jab us with it and take it away. Jab us with it, take it away. Then you hit us with a body shot.
This is another thing that I'm learning. I'm learning because it's consuming me right. It's all up in me right now, for real. To just put it out there, but I can't because I'm learning. I'm being different. I have other things to joke about now. I got the full blind men of Mississippi on.
But what I'm saying is, it ain't 4 of us. It's all of us. You ain't wearing them glasses. You ain't wearing them glasses for fashion.
Right, but you the minority.
All of y'all in South Pen talk about y'all done had eye trauma. Okay,
you got eye trauma. That's why you got.
You the minority on this group right here.
Hey, I bet you, if you go a week without your glasses, you'll have a headache.
Bet money. Let's put that.
Hey, Gina.
All next week. Okay, this is the plan. Right. All next week, Greg, no glasses.
They ain't real. These are not real.
I don't believe it.
They're not real.
Hold them up to the camera. I can tell you they're real. Hold them up to the camera.
They're not real.
Hold the lens up to the camera. No, hold the lens up. I can't see it. Yeah, you're right. Those aren't real.
They're readers, though.
Those not real.
And these aren't either. Hold on.
They're not real.
They're readers.
They're not even readers. Because you can change. You can tell the change of the focus once it goes through the camera.
Nothing.
Once the glass, yeah, those are.
These ain't real.
I know. I saw it when you put it up to the camera.
Somebody told me they look good on me, so I said, okay, cool.
Me too. What? I keep showing y'all my new collection. Oh, Chris, you got to see this one pair. Wait, hold on. What is it?
I know these are breaking though.
Hey, Jocelyn, Jocelyn, you like Fred Sanford? You got all yours in the drawer next to
Yeah.
you.
No, these just came in, but check these out.
They must turn colors.
No, look at that.
Oh, I see.
They match that collection.
Fellas.
I ain't talk about.
Oh, that's pretty. I
Can
like
I
that.
tell you guys, I have a friend that's totally amazing. I came in Thursday after a long day, and there was a package here, and that package was from LV, and I didn't know. I thought because I had been looking at some, and I thought I had accidentally ordered them.
Larry Parker?
No, I said LV.
Oh.
She sent me a LV, not a small one, not a pocket one, but a whole big old one. And when I called and checked her on it, she's a cancer survivor. So last year she received a double mastectomy, radiation and chemo. No, not radiation, but chemotherapy. And I consider her one of my very best friends. And her response was, "You've been through this journey with me this whole time. No complaints. You made as many sacrifices as anybody could, and I wish I could give you more."
Wow.
I can't even. I know that's a material thing, but for somebody to recognize you in such a major way,
Right.
and you doing what you do,
Well,
you would hope somebody do it for you.
yeah, I mean, it takes that kind gesture that she probably wasn't getting from nowhere else. I'm not saying she wasn't getting it from anywhere else, but the people that she thought it was going to be there for wasn't there for, and you was there for.
And always will be, because she's always there.
That's a
Exactly.
that's a classic example of things that don't just happen; they happen justly.
Yeah.
Seriously. All day. And I'm gonna get a shirt like that says that, and then I'm right behind it at the end is gonna have a little small circle with a C on it. It's mine.
It ain't yours, hater.
But you know what?
You know what, girl? The reason why I was thinking too.
Tina, get him.
Also, it's
I'm
kind of
gonna
cold in the basement, so that's why I was kind of so shaky because I was cold down here. So I went and got me a jacket. Sorry about that.
Make no excuses. You did good. Okay.
No.
This week though, man, I'm gonna name off a whole list of people, man, in my life. Okay. That during this little thing that I'm doing with this dope living thing, this is after the 925, but that have really guided me, taught me a lot of stuff, and shown me the way. Okay, and I want to name a few right now. There's a lady named Krista Wicks. She was in Chicago. I think she moved to Florida. She had a Boss Lady brand, I think it's called. Fantastic individual. She would always talk to me about expanding the brand, doing some things differently. So I appreciate you. There's a guy who's actually in jail now, but he gave my son the first opportunity to perform on a big stage with a bunch of his peers. Okay, so shout out to Showcase. I want to shout out to my dear friend Jocelyn Kelly. Fantastic entrepreneur. Food is on point. I was there the other day. You wasn't there, but
Go my way.
got my shrimp and grits. You know what I'm saying? So it was.
I gotta get out there.
It was all good, Gina. I mean, you know what? Bumping back into you after all these years has been a total blessing for me. Okay, and you've given me some gems. All right, you man, Ludine, man. With the GIBFF. Okay, you've always been there. You've always uplifted. You've always had a conversation for me, and you've always been in my corner. I appreciate you, Chris. I ain't even gotta say nothing about you, bro. So I'm not going to. Danny Metcalf, man. I said him behind you because these two guys right there, man. These guys know where I've been, and these guys have not only encouraged me, but they've listened to me in the process. Okay. Because as I gain the experience, I'm like everybody on this panel, okay? I'm gonna push back what God gave me. I'm gonna push it back. I'm gonna put it back out there, free of charge. All right. Yes, I've gone around and I spoke everywhere, for money, okay? But for my people, for people that are within my circle, it's free of charge, okay? Because again, everything that I do or everything that you do, Jocelyn, Gina, Chris, it worked for you. It may not work for everybody else, but and there's a lot of things that I've listened to that would not fit what I do, but it guided me. It led me in the right direction. I was gonna say your name, girl. You didn't have to get out, but it's gonna lead me. It led me in the right direction. Okay, and if you guys don't ever feel the appreciation that I have for you guys being on here, there's a reason. Because I was doing this by myself. There's a reason why we all are here. There's a reason. We got something that we have to do. All right. It ain't about money. It ain't about fame, even though we can ready to get that. Y'all just don't know. Well, Chris know, but it ain't about money. It ain't about fame. It's about giving back. It's about giving back. And giving back does not always mean we got to give money to people. Okay. Giving back is giving a part of our souls, giving a part of our journey, giving a part of our heart to everybody that listens to us. Okay. We've had more than 1,000 people in one day at times. Then we've had as little as 200. All right. But these are people who have been touched by what we say, and they continue to be touched by what we say. Okay. And it's growing. It's growing. And the more people that we get in listening to us, the better I feel that we can impart what we are really trying to do here, and that's inspire and encourage everybody to live their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Spoken. I'm sorry.
Man.
I call us the Knowledge 5.
Hey.
Really the Knowledge 6 with Dr. Jory here.
Dr. Jory. Hope everything is well. And now the Knowledge 7, Miss Nikki, baby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Miss Nikki, baby.
Oh, I'm here. I listen to my kids fight back and forth.
Oh, we can put some boxing gloves on, some little mini boxing gloves on. Let's get going. Let's pay-per-view. We can make that happen. Because they're actually the midgets that I speak of.
Yeah, I know you guys don't have that much left. I just want to say I feel like I'm better since I had both of my kids. I think it's like I had them in my 20s, and I really let what their dad did to me depress me through my whole 20s. And now that I'm 30, I feel like I missed out on so much stuff.
Nah, you didn't miss.
It's like I feel like I just sunk in, just sat there.
You're just beginning.
Beginning. And I hate that, but nothing I could do. I just have to just move forward.
Just beginning, Nikki. Don't hate it. You got to go through something to get to something, okay? You're going through it. Now you're going to get to something. It's going to happen.
Yeah. And it's like I don't love crazy or be obsessed with someone. It's like when I used to be in a relationship with someone. It's like I loved hard. So sorry, that's my mom. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I've been through a lot with their dads, but I can honestly say I could just move on, and just hope for the better. What really I think bothers me and also making me cry so much, it's hard looking at my daughter knowing that her dad won't be around right now. And I went the wrong way yesterday and today about things. I don't know if you guys my Facebook friend, but I had family that called me from out of town to threaten to come get me because I just went and raged the other day. Like I wasn't thinking. Like I posted my daughter dead on my story saying what I said, and after talking to my mom, dad, grandma, papa, like everybody got on me the other day. I had to just be strong, remove the thing that I posted, because I'm like, that's not a bigger person. Like I'm making myself look bad. Facebook don't need to know my business. I know I'm angry. I know I'm emotional. I know I'm depressed. I know I'm going through all this stuff, but that's not a good look. I have to be the bigger person, just accept it, pray about it, and just move on. And I feel bad for what I did, and I'm happy that I took it down, and
Can I ask you a question?
yes,
Do you have a diary?
no.
You should start writing you a diary.
Mhm.
You can put all of your emotions into that. If you know how to write music, put it into that. Don't never put your personal business on social media ever, because you give people that don't like you fuel for one. You know what I'm saying? And then you give the public that don't even know you stuff to talk about that they don't even need to know anything about.
Nikki, the first thing you should do, and I'm saying it's like I'm an expert because I've had to learn it myself. When you feeling like you're ready to go left, you got to establish that relationship with God. You got to just say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna pray on it. You know, that counting to 10 stuff and all of that stuff, turns into counting to 100. Okay, but you got to step back and you got to ask Him, for forgiveness for how you feeling. First of all, okay, but just ask Him. What do I do now? And believe He will answer you. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but He will give you the answer that you seek. Okay, but you got to believe. You got to have faith that He will do that. You got to have faith. You got to believe it.
Yeah,
I will do. I will.
And Nikki, I'm gonna give you another perspective, and I think Gina might agree with me on this. But you're going through the grieving process, and the grieving steps are very. There's no way to circumvent them. Just like you were in labor, you had to go through the different phases of labor. You're going through another form of labor, and so I would advise you that this may be a great time for you to seek out a therapist that will help you go a little bit deeper into why did you choose him? What are you looking for? What are your goals? And the thing that it taught me in my 2.5, no, actually closer to 4 years of therapy, was some of the questions that I asked myself, the negative talk.
Mm-hmm.
It pushed me further deep into a hole that I didn't deserve to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. I know people deal with depression so bad to the point they just in their life and just there's no coming back from that.
Okay, so we're not talking about that. I'm not even gonna let you talk about that.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I'm actually saying that, because I don't want nobody to think that's what I'm thinking about. I would say I love my life. I would never do anything crazy like that. I would say that.
So Nikki, therapy does not equate to being suicidal or homicidal.
Okay.
Therapy equates to giving you different perspectives on how you're thinking, different management techniques to how you deal with the pressure, the stress.
Yeah, I actually do have a doctor that I am going to talk to, a counselor. He's very nice and awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and go talk.
And it does not mean you're crazy. It just offers you a new and a different perspective to look at situations in your life.
Nikki, I'm gonna pull up on y'all before I leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna come check y'all. Tell moms and them I'm gonna come check y'all out before I roll out. But don't tell everybody. Just tell moms and them. Okay. I want to go to the house because Greg is in the crib. Okay. Just tell moms and the family. I'm gonna pull up on y'all.
Okay.
All right. I'll let you know when. But I just want the family. That's it. I don't want no crowd. I just want the family.
Okay.
All right. I'm serious.
Greg, it's time for me to go to bed. So can I see the baby?
Yes. Before we go. So it's that time anyway. Okay. Tomorrow, everybody will be back. DopelivenTV Live. We inspiring this week. Okay. We want to hear your stories. All right. So hit us up. Go to DopelivenTV Friday music. What is it called?
DopelivenTV Music Fridays.
DopelivenTV Music Fridays. Post your music on there, all right? And we're gonna always have a link on there for the daily show. Okay, so look, before we go, we gotta do this every day. I didn't erase it. We gotta do it every day. All right. So you ready, Nikki? You ready, Nikki?
I guess.
Here we go.
You're beautiful. You're smart. You're loved. This week we're great. You got this. You're a badass. You can do this.
You gotta play it again. Yeah, it didn't start from the beginning. You gotta do it
But
again.
I heard that that baby had an eye problem. Let me play this one more time, though. Okay, hold on.
You're beautiful. You're smart. You're loved. This week we're great. You got this. You're a badass. You can do this.
We got a double.
Red, the eye gang gonna
I
mess you up.
love it.
We got
Right.
The eye gang gonna mess you up.
That part where the baby said you a badass. I couldn't know but hold my laugh.
Hey, Gina, I'm winking at you with the good eye. I'm winking at you with the good eye. All right? Anyway, hey, everybody, we're going to see you guys tomorrow, same time. Hey, everybody that was on Twitch, we appreciate you guys. Everybody that checked us out. Wait a minute. I bet it's Ludine. Yeah. Look what she put up there. No, that's not what. See. Oh, here it is. I see you. We will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Well, not stay tuned, okay? But y'all need to get in tune with this, okay? Because the green room afterwards is pretty cool too, all right? You know, so DopelivenTV Live, that's Ludine. There go. Well, that was Ludine, okay? We have our special guest Nikki on here with us. We got Gina. We got my guy Chris Mills. We will see you guys tomorrow, 7 o'clock p.m. Central. All right, peace out.